The fourth episode of The Mighty Nein delivers one of the most intense and emotionally charged hours of the series so far, as our unlikely heroes find themselves trapped in a nightmare scenario where they must overcome both external threats and internal conflicts to survive. Being framed for the Carnival Massacre creates an impossible situation that forces the group to work together despite their fundamental differences and mutual distrust, while simultaneously introducing us to some of the darkest magical experiments we've seen in the Critical Role universe. The episode masterfully balances high-stakes action with character development, showing how extreme circumstances can either tear a group apart or forge them into something stronger than any individual member could be alone. The accusation that the Mighty Nein was responsible for the Carnival Massacre represents more than just a legal problem. It's an attack on their very identity and any hope they might have had for a normal life in civilized society. The fact that they're being blamed for such a horrific crime creates immediate stakes that go far beyond simple arrest or imprisonment, as the kind of justice typically meted out for mass murder would be swift and brutal. This false accusation forces them to confront the reality that their reputations and past actions have made them convenient scapegoats for authorities looking for someone to blame for an unspeakable tragedy. The challenge of working together while under this kind of pressure reveals the fundamental tensions that exist within the group, as each member brings their own survival instincts, moral compass, and personal baggage to an already volatile situation. The fact that they might kill each other before external enemies get the chance highlights how dysfunctional their relationships still are at this point in their journey together. Their ability to function as a cohesive unit is constantly threatened by personality clashes, conflicting priorities, and the basic lack of trust that comes from being strangers thrown together by circumstance rather than choice. The rescue mission for the young girl adds a moral imperative that helps focus their efforts while also providing an opportunity for the group to prove to themselves and each other that they're capable of heroic action despite their flaws and conflicts. Saving an innocent child from danger represents the kind of clear moral choice that can unite people with very different backgrounds and motivations, giving them a shared purpose that transcends their individual concerns. The success or failure of this rescue attempt will likely determine not just the girl's fate, but also whether the Mighty Nein can function as a legitimate adventuring party moving forward. The parallel storyline involving Essek and Trent Ikithon's beacon experiments introduces elements of cosmic horror and magical corruption that provide crucial context for the broader conflicts affecting the world around our heroes. The fact that these experiments are happening simultaneously with the Mighty Nein struggles suggests that the two storylines will eventually converge in ways that could have catastrophic consequences for everyone involved. The beacon represents power beyond normal comprehension, and the fact that someone like Trent is involved in studying it immediately raises red flags about the potential for abuse and disaster. Trent Ikithon's enthusiasm for the implications of the beacon experiments reveals his character as someone driven by intellectual curiosity and ambition without sufficient regard for ethical considerations or potential consequences. His excitement about the possibilities suggests that he sees the beacon primarily as a tool for advancing his own power and understanding rather than as something that requires careful and responsible handling. This kind of reckless experimentation with forces beyond normal understanding has historically led to some of the most devastating disasters in fantasy literature and gaming, making his involvement a clear warning sign of future catastrophe. Essek's growing doubts about his choices and involvement in these experiments provide a crucial counterpoint to Trent's enthusiasm, suggesting that at least one person involved understands the potential dangers of what they're doing. His reconsideration of his choices indicates that he may be developing genuine concerns about the ethical implications of their research or the potential consequences of success. This internal conflict makes Essek a potentially sympathetic character despite his involvement in dangerous magical research, and suggests that he might become either a valuable ally or a tragic cautionary tale depending on how he resolves his doubts. The timing of these experiments alongside the Mighty Nein's crisis creates dramatic irony where viewers understand that cosmic forces are being unleashed while our heroes struggle with more immediate and personal threats. This parallel structure builds tension by suggesting that even if the Mighty Nein successfully clear their names and rescue the girl, they may be facing much larger and more dangerous problems in the near future. The contrast between their street-level struggles and the cosmic implications of the beacon experiments emphasizes how small and vulnerable they are in the larger scheme of things. The challenge of clearing their names while framed for such a serious crime requires the Mighty Nein to think strategically and work together in ways that many of them are unaccustomed to, forcing rapid character growth and relationship development under extreme pressure. They must gather evidence, identify the real culprits, and convince authorities of their innocence while avoiding capture and protecting themselves from both official justice and vigilante revenge. This complex challenge requires skills and cooperation that go far beyond simple combat effectiveness, testing their intelligence, creativity, and ability to trust each other with their lives. The episode's exploration of how false accusations touches on real and world issues of justice and social dynamics, while maintaining the fantasy setting and magical elements that define the world of Critical Role. The speed with which the mighty Nein goes from being anonymous troublemakers to wanted criminals demonstrates how quickly circumstances can change and how little control individuals have over their public image once accusations begin to spread. This theme resonates with contemporary concerns about cancel culture, social media persecution, and the difficulty of proving innocence once guilt has been assumed. With the internal conflicts within the group serve as obstacles that must be overcome alongside the external threats, creating multiple layers of tension and character development that keep viewers engaged on both action and emotional levels. Each member's individual response to the crisis reveals their true character and priorities, showing who can be counted on in desperate situations and who might prioritize self-preservation over group loyalty. These revelations will likely have lasting effects on group dynamics and relationships as the series progresses. The rescue mission structure provides a clear objective that allows for both action sequences and character moments while maintaining narrative focus despite the complex political and magical subplots surrounding it. The girl's situation creates urgency and emotional stakes that make the episode's conflicts feel immediate and personal rather than abstract or theoretical. Yu's success in saving her could provide the group with both practical benefits in terms of clearing their reputation and emotional benefits in terms of building confidence and trust among the members. The magical experimentation subplot establishes long-term threats and mysteries that will likely drive major story arcs throughout the series, while also introducing key antagonists and power structures that the mighty Nein will eventually have to confront. Trent's involvement suggests connections to established critical role lore and characters that longtime fans will recognize, while newcomers get introduced to the broader magical and political landscape that shapes this world. The beacon's power and the experiments surrounding it represent the kind of cosmic threat that can unite heroes against a common enemy, while also providing opportunities for spectacular magical conflicts and revelations. The episode's pacing expertly balances immediate action and character conflicts with the slower burn of the magical experimentation storyline, creating multiple threads of tension that keep viewers engaged while building toward future revelations and confrontations. The framing structure creates urgent short-term stakes while the beacon experiments establish ominous long-term consequences, giving the episode both immediate excitement and broader significance within the series' overall narrative arc. The character dynamics revealed under pressure show both the potential for growth and the fundamental challenges that will continue to shape the group's relationships throughout the series. Some members rise to the occasion and demonstrate hidden depths or previously unseen virtues, while others reveal selfishness, cowardice, or other character flaws that will need to be addressed for the group to function effectively. These revelations feel earned rather than forced because they emerge naturally from the extreme circumstances rather than being artificially constructed for dramatic effect. The episode's ending sets up multiple conflicts and mysteries that will drive future episodes while providing enough resolution to make this installment feel complete and satisfying on its own terms. The success or failure of the rescue mission and their efforts to clear their names will have immediate consequences for how they're able to move forward, while the ongoing beacon experiments continue to build toward larger confrontations that will likely define the series' major story arcs.